Just for the record, I'm sorry. The show started on account of the pandemic
So really,
because they got locked down in Paris. They couldn't perform at Chatenois.
right?
So,
That's when the Zoom started. So it had to be
so right. So
shortly.
then David
Yeah, it
and
had to be shortly
somebody was
after.
helping him in the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 So, wow, such amazing poets in the house. You know, you guys really gave me some food. I was hungry. I think I want to start off. Well, the majority of the poems, the theme is a celebration of women because that's the name of my manuscript, upcoming book is called She, a celebration of women. So I'll be reading, I'll be reading mostly from that, but I also want to kind of, touch on some pieces that, I was inspired to read this afternoon by some of the earlier readers, if I can ever find it. Okay. Oh, here we go. Whispers from Gaza. The world watches in horror and disbelief as the colonial assassin callously bombs schools and nurseries, as the lifeless bodies of innocent children are pulled from the belly of genocide. Arms and legs tattooed with their names for identification purposes. An angry chorus of rebel poets stand defiantly upon their soapboxes, ready to die for the cause, while the US sits complicit with endless acts of complacency and utter silence. The poor worship God while the West worships the almighty dollar, the heart and soul of capitalism, the driving force behind all wars. To the victor goes the spoils, the land, the oil, and the precious minerals, seeds of great wealth. A startling contrast to this poverty-stricken third world country from which they're being stolen, where the mere thought of food and clean water tastes of bitter irony. Waves of anxiety filter the Gazan air with the fear of not knowing when or where the next parade of bombs will strike. The stars illuminate the black sky with flashes of light as a sea of hungry women and children snuggle against the cold of the Mediterranean night, while the shadow of death hovers over them, sadistically whispering, I am coming. This is a short one. This is the Senegal. I guess this one pretty much speaks to my purpose. My fiery soul was sent here to leave this world burning with questions. Wings. Upon her new awakening, her mangled thoughts uncoiled like a fresh pair of wings that just discovered the sky. Hers. Despite the Supreme Court's overturning of Roe v. Wade, what a woman chooses to do with her body is not for you or me to say. Because it's not about you, it's not about me, it's not about politics or societal discomfort. It's about her body, her given situation, her physical condition, her frame of mind is her decision. It's not about the far left or the far right. It's not about race. Her body is not a sovereignty or police state. It's a non-government entity transcending religion and Supreme Court decisions. Her body will not be televised. Her body will not be traumatized. Her body will not be politicized. Her body will not be colonized. It's an autonomous state, a gift from God, her right to choose, her cross to bear, her body, her pain, her choice, her body, her pain, her choice, her body, her pain, her choice. The color of a blues song. I actually wrote this a couple of days ago. At day's end, as the sun slowly slid beneath the purple-orange horizon, you were saddened. I saw you crying. Tears the color of a blues song. Your voice, a haunting melody of psalms. When the heavens released its rains upon you, your body began to tremble as if God was moving through you like a storm. Beautiful story. A soulful dreamer, her mind often wanders beyond the sparsely colored ripples of the shallow ponds others choose to wade in. She prefers to swim within the deeper rivers of her veins, where her scars openly bleed the vast blue ocean of language, where her pain identifies its purpose, unveiling the mystery, compelling time to reveal the missing pages of her story. She writes unassumingly, pouring the blues from her pen upon the absorbent skin of fallen trees who weep melancholy tears as they bellow to the stars. But despite their tears, those fallen trees have a beautiful story. Humming the vibration of their precious roots, the trees release their leaves to sing the echoes of their story. She often cries whenever she scribes upon the pages of her journal, but regardless of her tears, she keeps on writing. Through her journaling, she finds solace, she finds relief, she finds peace, she finds herself riding a wave of discovery, providing her with the courage to step beyond her demons, which had left her spiritually broken. But she has awakened, and she will not be broken anymore. Through her torment, she has grown to see the beauty in her scars, the beauty in her pain, and just like those fallen trees, she has a beautiful story. One second, I gotta take some water. Sorry about that. So this piece is called Easy Again. It was inspired by a friend. I watched as you pushed through the temperament of your storm. I have watched you struggle. I have watched you fall and crumble to the ground. I cringed at the sound of your psyche splattering into 1,000 pieces. The rawness of your pain blowing like a trumpet, each note an echo of anxiety, its breath reeking of shame, fear, and uncertainty, taunting you with an ever persistent mantra, a looping voice that says, "You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not strong enough. But I don't believe it, and neither should you. I have watched you struggle. I have watched you fall and crumble to the ground. I cringed at the sound of your psyche splattering into 1,000 pieces, succumbing to the will of your fear. And I have watched you rise and gather those shattered pieces, putting yourself together again. You turned the corner. You turned a deaf ear to the call of your anxiety. It may not have been pretty, but I watched in complete awe as you faced your storms head on, tackling life's most challenging maze filled with obstacles that swallowed you whole in waves of blue ocean, forcing you to sink or swim. But despite your fear, you swam those waves. It wasn't easy watching you struggle through those heavy bouts of pain, fear, and uncertainty. You turned a deaf ear to your anxiety at every corner, at every turn, until you could no longer hear its whispers, until your pulse stopped racing, until you were able to breathe easy again. Uh, piece is called Graphic List Poem She Manifesto. She's not trying to rule the world. She just wants to be a part of it. She just wants to exist in it without being afraid, without being exploited, without being treated like a second-class citizen, without being labeled a bitch at the office just because she happens to be the boss, without being oppressed, without being treated like the weaker sex, without being marginalized, without being objectified, without being subjugated, without being mentally or physically abused. She's not trying to rule the world. She just wants to exist in it without being nervous around men, without being harassed, without being stalked, without being attacked, without being raped, without being erased, without having to surrender her rights to her body, without being judged by her sexuality. She's not trying to rule the world. She just wants to exist in it without being murdered by the man who claims to love her. What's my time like, David?
Just a moment. It's just only 12 minutes.
12 minutes? Okay, that's good.
You've only read for 12 minutes.
Okay.
We're really 11 because we were trying to find stuff at first.
She is. Here's to the woman, ancestor of all tribes. Here's to her wisdom and all-seeing eye, she who holds and nurtures us. She who's complex, non-monolithic. She doesn't conform to social constructs, nor does she align with patriarchal design. She is straight, she is gay, she is queer, she is trans. She isn't defined by her looks or her body, nor by her ability or willingness to bear children. Acknowledge her. She is not invisible. She is essential to everything. She is a celebration of women, a celebration of women, a celebration of women of all persuasions. She is straight, she is gay, she is queer, she is trans, she is non-cookie cutter. One size doesn't fit all. She can't be placed in your traditional boxes. She is not an alien species, a trophy or an object. She is a human being, the thread of humanity. She is spiritually and intellectually deep. She is revolution and evolution, sisterhood and solidarity. She is tsunami, storm, and earthquake, the vibrational drum that hums throughout the universe. She is soul, she is rhythm, Shaka and Whitney's I'm every woman. She's that song you can't resist singing. This piece is entitled Hold On, and it's dedicated to all of the young girls around the world who are still being subjected to the barbaric practice of genital circumcision. Hold on. Hold on to yourself as the warm and trusted hands of your grandmother and your aunties guide you like a lamb to slaughter, pinning you down and spreading your legs as I'm reading the wrong version of this. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I guess I'll just have to keep going. Hold on to yourself as the warm and trusted hands of your grandmother and your aunties guide you like a lamb to slaughter, pinning you down and spreading your legs like wings that wish they could fly away. Just close your eyes and breathe through the cold indifference of a pain that burns like centuries of misogyny, fire, and brimstone. Hold on as knife-wielding hands, blinded by religion, compelled by tradition, commence to slicing and shattering your flesh, cutting away the innocence of your most sacred parts, then sewing you up with this horrendous secret destined to happen to another innocent little girl just like you. Hold on to your little girl dreams and childish wonder. Don't let their evil break you. Remember, you be God's child. So hold on to yourself. Hold on to your joy and laughter. Hold on to that precious smile that illuminates all darkness. Hold on. I want to change it up a little bit. It's getting a little, that was a bit heavy. Something greater. Pain is the gift nobody wants. Have you ever once questioned not just your life's purpose, but the very notion of God when faced with immense struggle and pain? I, for one, view life's challenges as merely as a stepping stone to our greatness, an opportunity to spiritually rise above the fray to something truly extraordinary, something beyond this limited perception of ourselves, something wondrously enamored with immaculate wings, enabling us to fly, soaring beyond our dreams, transforming our lives into something greater than ever we were before. Public safety announcement. List poem. This poem, one. This poem is for the woman who ignore the red flags. Two. This poem is for the women who refuse to leave. Three. This poem is for the women who leave and yet return. Four. This poem is for the women who think he will change. Five. This poem is for the women who think they'll change him. Six. This poem is for the women who see a whole other side to him. Seven. This poem is for the women who go out of their way to make excuses for him. 8. This is for the women who believe he truly loves them. 9. This is for the women who believe him when he says he won't hurt them again. 10. This is a public safety announcement for domestic violence. The next time he hits you, and he will hit you again, he just might kill you. The Trials of Butterflies. I have often pondered the depths of the human spirit, its capacity to ascend beyond the thresholds of pain and struggle. A mirrored reflection of the trials of butterflies, a slow and arduous journey from a lowly caterpillar to a wondrous being whose wings could alter all time and space. A path beautifully reminiscent of Christ, whose journey through hell, death, and resurrection would lift him to the heavens. Beautiful dreamers. I remember as a child spending summer nights in the lovely countryside of Burgall, North Carolina. My friends and I would lay for hours beneath the blanket of the warm, glistening sky amidst the nocturnal chatter of chirping frogs and singing crickets. We counted the constellations with starry eyes and anxious spirits. We may have been just children, but the moment we dove into our dreams, we became something special, something beautiful. We were such beautiful dreamers, slowly transforming from caterpillars to butterflies, forward thinkers and shapers of a bold, new, and exciting world. Oh, how we yearn to fly, wrapping our minds around hypothetical scenarios, stretching our vivid imaginations with immaculate wings, lifting us to urgent flight. So serenely we soared, slicing through the cutting wind with the precious precision of a falcon and the passion of an eagle. Rising to the auspicious occasion, the air rushed rapidly to our lungs, causing the oxygen to race through our veins with the burning desire of hungry flames. We could barely catch our breath, but with each passing moment, we climbed higher and higher toward the welcoming stars until we could taste the sweet freedom of immortality, exhaling gravity's hold upon our restless souls, singing glory, hallelujah, as we boldly stroke the sky blue horizon with the tips of our virtuous tongues. Earnestly we scribe the rhyme and reason, for there's a reason why we are here, and there's a reason, a season when we must all make the transition back to the essence and begin again. Through life's trials and vigorous application, I have come to learn that wisdom often speaks with a silent tongue. For one's journey through life can be celestially blessed, brushed by the sweeping hands of grace, and yet life can be quite cruel and staggering. And though we may all endeavor to live forever, the cycle of life and death shall always prevail with a heavy heart, bearing the offering of rain, pouring libations to those who have fallen as time moves ever swiftly with the impatience of youth for no particular goal other than the constant of perpetual motion. Thus time greets us in each and every moment, bearing a childlike grin, eagerly relishing the coming of tomorrow's unknowing. I think I'll stop here. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, my friend.
Yeah, bravo, bravo.